On the news, Kogi government confirms rescue of 6 more abducted varsity students. Fubara says most projects commissioned by Wike in Rivers State not fully funded. And President Tinubu directs mandatory procurement of CNG-powered vehicles. Thank you for joining us on News Now. I'm Simisola Ajikun. The Kogi State government has announced the rescue of 6 more students of the Confluence University of Science and Technology of Sara from their abductors. The students were whisked away when gunmen attacked the institution last Thursday. Commissioner for Information and Communications in Kogi, Kingsley Fanwo, who made this known in a statement on Tuesday, says fierce gun battle between security agents and the kidnappers forced the kidnappers to succumb to superior firepower and abandon the kidnapped students. This latest effort brings the total number of students freed so far to 20, leaving 4 still unaccounted for. As the political crisis in Rivers State deepens, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has disclosed that most of the projects commissioned by his predecessor, Nyesom Wike, were not fully funded, leaving a substantial debt burden for his administration. Governor Fubara made this revelation during the commissioning of the Aleto Ogale Ebubo-Etio Road in Eleme local government area. According to Fubara, the contractors who handled the affected projects are returning for outstanding payment. He said that he was compelled to speak out after being pushed by his opponents and plans to appear at future project commissioning with a white paper detailing project funding.
This road is not when completed.
Thank you.
It has been completed. Please, it should be noted. And for the record, it was awarded to CCECC as a contractor. It was awarded on the 14th of August. And I believe 14th of August was not I. It was this administration. I also went further, because as we're going now, we'll be going with a white paper to show record and amount. This project was awarded at the cost of 6.7 billion. And I can say boldly that no kobo is remaining paid the contractor completely. The purpose of this is to let the world know that if there's one problem this administration has, is debt. Most of the projects that have been commissioned, they are coming for their balance payment, and it's running in millions and billions.
In the wake of the political impasse involving the current Minister of the FCT Nyesom Wike and Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State, a group under the People's Democratic Party, the National Solidarity Vanguard, has blamed the former Governor Wike for the ugly development. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday in Abuja, the executive director of the group, Usman Calculus, described Wike as a saboteur working against the party. The PDP group accused the FCT minister of using some of his loyalists as henchmen to promote his ill-advised fight with his successor, Governor Fubara.
We call upon the PDP leadership to take decisive action. The leadership must expel Nancy Wike from our ranks. Let this be a stern message to all who will put their ambition above the party well-being and future. We are demanding the action from the leadership of our great party, the PDP, over the show of shame that is playing out in our Rivers State chapter, where the ambition of an individual has set us on a erroneous path. Our great party, the PDP, has faced challenge, but none as grave as the recent loss of 25 lawmakers in the State House of Assembly, a loss that could have been avoided. This loss of 25 seats in Rivers State House of Assembly is direct result of Wike using them as cannon fodders in his ill-advised fight with his successor, Siminalai Fubara. His bitterness against his successor was such that he was willing to allow the All Progressive Congress, APC, to reap where it does not show so by asking his countries to illegal defeats.
Following the nationwide picketing of electricity distribution companies over an increase in electricity tariff on Monday, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has said that the Nigerian electricity supply industry is still in its infancy. Hence, close monitoring and supervision must be improved to ensure compliance with the grid code, market rules, and other relevant industry standards. The Commission disclosed this in the final report on operations and technical audit of market and system operations of TCN report on Tuesday. Although the country's generation installed capacity is 12,954 megawatts, according to NERC's data, only 5,755 megawatts is available to the grid. The Commission says the installed capacity is not utilized due to transmission and distribution bottlenecks, frequency management coupled with DISCO's low demand and transmission lines congestion. The Nigerian Senate has adjourned Tuesday's plenary session in honor of a member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Isa Dongoyaro, who died on Friday after a brief illness at the age of 46. Until his death, the lawmaker represented Bubura Garki Federal Constituency of Jigawa State in the 10th Assembly of the House of Representatives. After a minute's silence in honor of the deceased lawmaker, the upper chamber adjourned plenary till Wednesday, May 15, 2024.
Strong sadness. I wish to announce the death of Honorable Isa Dogoyaro. The Clerk House of Representatives has communicated to the Senate the passing on to eternity of Honorable Isa Dogoyaro, which that occurred on Friday, the 10th day of May 2024, after a brief illness. He is survived by 2 wives and children. Until his death, Honorable Isa Dogoyaro represented Babura Gareki Federal Constituency of Jigawa State and was the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on HIV and AIDS, and also tuberculosis and malaria. I request the Senate to observe a minute silence in his honor, and please accept, distinguished senators, my highest considerations. So, this is communicated to us through our clerk. In line with our tradition, we'll observe a minute silence, and then we'll bring the proceedings to an end in honor of the departed Dogoyaro. May we rise to do so.
In continuation of its engagement with relevant stakeholders ahead of the forthcoming Edo and Ondo State governorship elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has announced its preparedness to train 794 civil society organizations officials. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu revealed this at the opening of Tuesday's meeting, where he informed the CSOs that the Commission will commence training for the selected officials ahead of the 2 elections. This follows the announcement that resumption of continuous voter registration (CVR) had begun. In his remark, the national chairman of Inter-Party Advisory Council (IPAC), Yusuf Dandali, charged INEC leaders of political parties and other stakeholders to be firm and decisive in protecting the nation's democracy and forestall political upheavals as currently experienced in some parts of the country.
Let me reiterate that the CVR is only open to new registrants and those who seek transfer of their registration. Persons who are registered as voters should not attempt to register again, as double or multiple registration is illegal. Lost or damaged voters' cards will be replaced during the exercise, but this does not require fresh registration. The CVR in Edo and Ondo states will take place simultaneously from Monday, 27th May 2024 to Wednesday, 5th June 2024, from 9 in the morning to 3 p.m. daily, including the weekend.
Ahead of the forthcoming Edo and Ondo state governorship elections, it is important that voters in the two states are massively mobilized to register and participate in the polls. As the umbrella body of all the registered political parties in Nigeria, IPAC will spearhead this crucial exercise in collaboration with INEC. In previous elections, councils would move to various states, sensitize and mobilize the people on the upcoming polls, call for non-violence, and urge them to shun both buying and selling. With the limited funds at its disposal, with the lowest voters turnout in 2020 general election, so much needs to be done. It is on record that the 2003 general elections had the highest voters turnout because INEC released funds in 2002 to political parties to engage in voters' education, sensitization and mobilization to register and participate in the elections.
The Federal Capital Territory FCT Command of the Nigeria Police Force has arrested and paraded a total of 12 crime suspects for various offenses. Commissioner of Police in the FCT, Benneth Igwe, made the list of arrested suspects public at a press briefing on Monday in Abuja while briefing on the achievement of the police command in recent times. TV360's correspondent Folashade Olusegun files this report from Abuja.
Highlighting various successful operations, CP Igwe says the command has made substantial strides in combating crime, particularly targeting a car theft syndicate operating between Abuja and Lagos. This discovery led to the arrest of two notorious car theft suspects, Anthony Chibuzo and Jonas Chikwe, both from Lagos State, who have been on the command's wanted list. In addition, perpetrators involved in one-chance robberies who were arrested on April 7, 2024 at Nikon Junction were also paraded. Items recovered from suspects include the sum of 2 million naira, 230,000 naira, Toyota Corolla, a Golf 3 saloon car, a Toyota Camry, locally made weapons, 10 live cartridges, and 6 live ammunition.
Whenever they come to Lagos, they make use of these cars. Whenever they come to Lagos, they make use of these cars. Then recently, one of them told me that he is in serious need of money, that he needs money to solve some pressing issues he have, that I should please help him to sell the Camry so that he will get money to solve the issues he have. So I was trying to sell the car with my clear conscience, only for me to be arrested that the car is a stolen vehicle.
This man has been my friend since 2022. We met in a church. So from there we became a good friend. And I know him as a real estate consultant. So on 1st of March, he called me in the morning that should come. And these cars have been with him for over like months, I don't know. But he called me, I should come and escort him. That one of his clients asked him to sell one of the car for him. I should come and escort him. That was all. On the process of selling the car, police arrest us.
I know they do.
But you don't follow our word?
No, once. I don't know say na one chance. I can't leave them since last year.
But you follow them?
Once. I don't understand their work. Now I can't leave them.
They give you anything after the operation?
They give me 5,000. Once. I don't understand their work.
How many people did they rob?
Then they 4 plus me, that is 5. Since last year, I don't understand the
How
work.
many people take rob that day you joined them?
Now 4 people, then they just say place full. Say they don't go carry them again. Say they go pay for 2 people.
The police commissioner reiterated the commitment of the FCT Police Command under his leadership to combat crime in all forms and ensure the safety of residents.
I want to still warn the robbers and those who are thinking that you cannot be arrested.
we are trying to determine. I want to tell you, FCT is not safe for you. As you have refused to hear, we have equally refused to rest. So as you move, we'll continue following you up. We don't care how you feel, but for the fact you want to continue to come to FCT to disturb the peace of FCT, we are equally going to disturb your peace.
He urged continued cooperation from the public in providing information and support to law enforcement efforts.
In line with his commitment to ensure energy security, drive utility, and cut high fuel costs, President Bola Tinubu has directed the mandatory procurement of compressed natural gas-powered vehicles by all government ministries, departments, and agencies. The President's directive is also in furtherance of Nigeria's effort to transition to cleaner energy, as CNG-enabled vehicles have been adjudged to produce lower emissions, even as they present a more affordable alternative for Nigerian energy consumers. Addressing members of the Federal Executive Council FEC at the State House on Monday, President Tinubu, through his Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, affirmed that there is no turning back in the energy reforms initiated by his administration.
At the moment, there is already an initiative, and I did have the privilege and the opportunity just last Friday to be at a assembly plant for production, assembling from semi-knockdown parts, assembly of mass transit CNG buses, and it's actually bi-fuel. It can run, these can run on petrol and they can run on CNG. The issue is that CNG is almost between 25 and maybe 30% cheaper, and that's a veritable saving for all those that, and so that will be reflected, of course, in transport costs and, of course, the affordability for people who even drive themselves. And as for Kunle Business Day, the procurement is on. 600 buses are on their way, and as I said, they are not all to be purchased fully built. There's also a large portion that all the assemblers that are available in Nigeria have been given business, they've been given orders. Also, there are about 30,000 conversion kits coming in. There's no policy of, in fact, it's the opposite. The policy, as was announced by the Honourable Minister for Information, is that not only is the intervention to bring down fares and cost of transportation and therefore cost of living for Nigerians as a whole through the government's presidential compressed natural gas initiative, but now it is a government procurement policy, and I don't think we have to look far or examine in detail before we can see the opportunity that this now gives in Nigeria across the whole value chain.
It's time for a break, but coming up, CBN's Cardoso says Apex Bank to retain high interest rates to curb inflation. Stay with us for details of this story and others. Welcome back. Let's take you briefly through our top stories. The Kogi State government has announced the rescue of 6 more students of the Confluence University of Science and Technology, OSARA, from their abductors, bringing the total number of students freed so far to 20, leaving 4 still unaccounted for. Commissioner for Information and Communication in Kogi State, Kingsley Fanwo, who made this known in a statement on Tuesday, says fierce gun battle between security agents and the kidnappers forced them to succumb to superior firepower and abandon the kidnapped students. We also informed you that Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has disclosed that most of the projects commissioned by his predecessor Nyesom Wike were not fully funded, leaving a substantial debt burden for his administration. While revealing this during the commissioning of the Aledo Ogale Ebubuetio Road in Eleme local government area, Fubara says he was compelled to speak out after being pushed by his opponent and plans to appear at future project commissionings with a white paper detailing project funding. In case you missed any of our news bulletins of more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV, or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, while we have Gallery and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. Well, let's join Joy Ochejin for more stories in the world of business. Over to you, Joy.
Thank you, Simi. Welcome to Business News. Now, as part of efforts to tame the continuous interest hike in Nigeria, Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Olayemi Cardoso, has disclosed that the Apex Bank will maintain high interest rates until inflation decreases through orthodox policies. This comes as Nigeria's inflation rate continues at 33.2%, the highest in 3 decades, and food inflation is much worse at 40%. Speaking in an interview with the Financial Times, Cardoso reveals that the Monetary Policy Committee will do everything required to contain rising inflation. The CBN boss says that the Naira's change in value versus the United States dollar has finally settled. We'll take a short break and be back with stock market reports. Welcome back. Nigeria's equities market continued its southward thread on the second weekday of trading, reducing by 0.77% and leaving the market cap at 55.14 trillion naira. Now, in total, 119 NGX-listed equities participated in trading on Tuesday, ending with 22 gainers and 20 losers. Leading the laggards, we see Dangote Sugar Refinery closing the day at 14 naira 50 kobo, with an end-of-day price depreciation of 10%, followed by PZ Customs Nigeria, which closed the day at 22 naira 50 kobo. Now, today's market summary on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, which is NGX, shows a total of 305 million volumes of shares exchanged in a market value of 5.508 billion naira, traded in 7,948 deals. Now, compared with the previous NGX trading day, which was Monday, May 13th, today's data shows 30% decline in volume, 52% decline in turnover, and 8% decline in deals. Now, for our global equities, the FTSE and European markets were mixed on Tuesday in London, following wage growth data which tempered the confidence of a summer interest rate cut by the Bank of England, leaving the UK's FTSE in the bulls at 0.16%. The Japan's Nikkei also joined in the bulls at 0.46%. The US Dow Jones, however, ended in the bears at 0.0022%. Now, let's take a quick look at our foreign exchange market. The US dollar traded at 1,457.51 thousand naira on the official market and 1,530 on the black market. The Great British pounds traded at 1,825.14 naira and 1,000 875 naira on the black market. The euros, however, traded at 1,572.07 naira on the official market and traded at 1,620 naira on the black market. That's it on both business and stock market reports. Back to you, Simi, for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Joy. And on the foreign scene, Swiss police have moved in early on Tuesday to remove some 50 pro-Palestinian student protesters holed up in a Geneva University building for nearly a week. According to local media reports, Geneva University officials had asked the protesters on Monday to vacate the premises and protest in a different manner. Student demonstrations have gathered pace across Western Europe in recent weeks, with protesters demanding an end to the Gaza bloodshed and to cut ties with Israel, taking their cue from demonstrations that have swept U.S. campuses. Up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Big Brother Naija reality show winner Josephina Otabo, widely known as Fina, is set to premiere her newly produced movie titled Last Man on Earth. The 2022 Big Brother Naija winner took to X to announce the release date for her debut film. Fina revealed that the movie will exclusively premiere on YouTube on May 15th. The 26-year-old also shared behind the scenes from the movie location on her X page. Last Man on Earth starred some of Fina's BB Naija colleagues, including Saviour Famsavi Akpan, Rachel Edwards, Boma Akbo, and others. The film will be released under Fina's production outfit, Phoenix Originals. Nigerian chef Hilda Bassi is in a celebratory mood as this week marks the first anniversary of her cooking marathon that was recognized as a Guinness World Record in 2023. Bassi took to her Instagram account on May 12, 2024 to reminisce on the collective effort put into her attempt a year ago. In her excitement, she announced that the celebration of her record would stretch over 5 days. While thanking the people who made her dream come true, the world record holder revealed that the cookathon attempt took a huge team of about 100 people. And that's it on Entertainment News on News Now. Joy Uchejim, TV 360, Lagos.
Finally, on sports, Super Eagles head coach Finidi George has claimed that he has a cordial relationship with some players of the national team. This comes after reports emerged that during friendlies against Ghana and Mali, Finidi had a disagreement with the duo of Ademola Lookman and Sadiq Umar over playing time during the last international break when he was in temporary charge of the Super Eagles. The 53-year-old insists that he gets along well with the country's top stars. The former INEC star, who officially left his post as a Yimba head coach, called for support from soccer-loving Nigerians to succeed. Well, that's all on News Now. Thank you for watching.